Today's lecture is about diffusion, how the small solute and solvent move from their higher concentration towards lower concentration. The entire process is discussed in relation to the physiology of plants, how diffusion helps in plants in exchange of gases and the water absorption process. First of all, diffusion is the process where the molecules move from their higher concentration towards the lower concentration. So diffusion is a means of transport. All of you have seen that whenever a bottle of perfume is opened, the smell is smelled out from other corner of the room also. How this occurs? This occurs, the molecules, the gaseous solute molecules move from their higher concentration towards the lower concentration. Other example is when we drop dye inside a beaker of water, the entire water gets colored. How this happens? This all occurs due to diffusion. The dye, the solute particles in the dyes starts moving from their higher concentration towards the lower concentration until the equilibrium is reached. So the entire water gets colored. This is all due to diffusion. You have smelt out when your mother cooks food in the kitchen, the aroma reaches to the drawing room. All this occurs with the help of diffusion process. Now as you can see in the diagram, the solute particles that are higher in concentrations are moving towards the lower concentration until the number of solute particles equalizes in both the sections. This is diffusion. Always diffusion is not possible in all the solute sizes, particles, solvents. Some barrier is there. So to remove this barrier, certain proteins that are present in the plasma membrane, the integral proteins, help out in this process of transport, that is transporting solutes from their higher concentration towards the lower concentration. This is called facilitated diffusion. The protein is facilitating in the process of diffusion. Now, can you say that diffusion can also occur from its lower to higher concentration? Yes, this is also possible, but with the involvement of ATP, energy. When energy is involved, the vice versa process is also possible. That is, the solute particles starts moving from their lower concentration towards the higher concentration with the help of ATP. This is known as active transport. What it is called? It is called active transport. And without the involvement of ATP, if the molecule starts moving from lower to higher concentration, this is known as passive transport. So, all of you be clear about diffusion, facilitated diffusion, passive transport and active transport. Now another diagram makes the difference more clearer, how the simple diffusion and facilitated diffusion occur. As you can see, in simple diffusion, no protein is playing role in the transport process, higher concentration towards lower concentration. But in the facilitated diffusion, the proteins present in the plasma membrane are helping out in the transport from higher concentration to the lower concentration. This all occurs with the help of carrier proteins that are present in the plasma membrane. Now, we come to certain factors that affect diffusion. Some of these factors are temperature, density of diffusing substance, medium in which diffusion occurs, and the diffusion pressure gradient. Temperature. As the temperature is increased, the kinetic energy of the molecules increases. So, they move rapidly. Density of the diffusing substance. Density of the diffusing substance also affects the diffusion process. That is, D is equal to 1 upon under root of small d. That is, diffusion is inversely proportionate to the density of the substance. More denser the substance, diffusion rate is lower. Now, the medium in which diffusion occurs. If the medium constitutes only single solute particles, diffusion rate is higher. As the number of solute particles, that is ionic concentration, increases in the medium, then the diffusion process gets slower. Diffusion pressure gradient. How the difference in pressure, how the diffusion pressure gradient affects transfer from higher concentration to the lower concentration is shown by the diffusion pressure gradient. That is, gradient difference in the diffusing pressure from higher to lower concentration. Now we come to the what are the physiological processes occurring in the plants that affects the diffusion, that affects the that are replicated in the diffusion. That is, all of you know, photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide is needed by the plant for preparing its food. How this carbon dioxide comes inside the mesophyll cells of the leaves. The CO2 that is present in higher concentration in the atmosphere starts diffusing through tiny pores called stomata. So, stomata helps out in the process of diffusing CO2 from its higher concentration, that is atmosphere, towards mesophyll cells where the concentration of CO2 is lesser. So, diffusion is the process governing the photosynthesis in plants. Now, some of the physiological processes that are occurring in a plant, like gaseous exchange, transpiration. How the exposed surfaces of the leaves loses H2O in the form of water vapor. It also is a diffusion process. Now, translocation of food materials. All of you know the food materials synthesized in the leaves, but it is translocated to other parts also, like stem, root. How this translocation occurs? The carbohydrate from source moves towards the sink in the diffusing manner. Now, next physiological process is salt uptake. How the roots absorb salts from the soil. The absorption of salts from the soil occurs passively with the diffusing process. That is, movement occurs from higher concentration towards the lower concentration, and also from lower concentration to higher concentration passively. So, diffusion process is helping out in the metabolism of plants, like gaseous exchange, transpiration, translocation of food material, and passive salt uptake. That is all about diffusion process.